So in this video, I'm gonna give you 13 ways you can start having a more positive mindset right now. Hey guys, it's Danielle from For Real Guide. Hope you're having an absolutely amazing day. So something I know we all go through sometimes is feeling negative, pessimistic, drained, things like that. So having a more positive mindset might seem like a really daunting and maybe even impossible task. And you might also be wondering, what are the positive benefits of having a more positive mindset? Having a positive mindset is actually linked to having better cardiovascular health, getting less colds throughout the year, and in general, just having better coping skills, along with many other health benefits. Being positive is also just going to change your life for the better because what you put out there, you receive back. So let's begin. So the first way to start having a more positive mindset is to send yourself around positive people. Because you know they always say that we become the people that we spend the most time around. If you constantly feel like whenever you're hanging around people that they make you feel more negatively or more drained of your energy and your positivity, then maybe it's time to find a new group of people to hang out with. So step one, literally just get away from toxic people. That being said, sometimes you are in situations where you literally have no choice but to be around these toxic people. Maybe there's a coworker that always brings you down or distracts you from your work, or a family member that you just can't stand. In this case, you can still do things to separate yourself from the negativity and create healthy boundaries. You can wear headphones at work or even get your boss involved if you need to get away from a toxic coworker. And at a family function, maybe even use the excuse of, hey, I'm getting a phone call, I can't talk right now. I need to step outside really quick. Just know that you're not rude for setting boundaries for yourself and getting away from these people who drain you of your positivity. Bottom line, you are always your number one priority. So whatever you have to do to keep your positive energy level high, do it. It's not rude. So the second way to start having a more positive mindset is to start using mantras. The word mantra is actually derived from two Sanskrit words, manas meaning mind and tra meaning tool. So essentially mantra means mind tool. Mantras are going to be your tool for a more positive mindset. So the practice of using mantras is essentially repeating a word or a phrase over and over and over again until it becomes ingrained in your mind and then becomes your truth. And creating mantras is pretty easy. All you have to do is think of a negative thought that you're having right now or some sort of negative block that's going on in your life and create a phrase that is the exact opposite of that. For example, if you're constantly feeling sad these days, simply repeating the phrase, I feel happy, is a way to practice mantras. If you're feeling nervous or unstable, repeat the phrase, I feel stable or I feel grounded. Repeat this phrase over and over again. Sometimes it helps to even say it out loud or to look at yourself in the mirror and tell it directly to yourself. If you do this every single day, your mind will start to recognize it as truth, and this will become a new positive narrative in your life. The third way to start having a more positive, healthy mindset is to acknowledge your bad, toxic thoughts and banish them. So it might be easier to just walk away from negative, toxic people, but what you do in your own mind is the toxic thing that you literally can't get away from. Personify your feeling and separate from it. Identify one of your negative feelings and literally talk to it. Hi, anxiety, I recognize that you're here right now. That's totally fine, I understand, but we're actually doing okay and we really don't need you to show up like this right now, so I'd really appreciate it if you would just leave me alone. Thank you. Doing this simple exercise pinpoints the emotion, personifies it, and banishes it from your mind. The fourth way to start having a more positive, healthy mindset is to realize what you can and cannot control. Emotions are part of the human experience. Everyone experiences them and there's not much we can do to get rid of them all the time. But sometimes if you put too much thought into a single emotion, it can start to become part of your day-to-day life in a negative way. So why would it make sense to stress about an event that potentially could happen in the future if there's no guarantee that it will? Or to stress out about something that happened in the past that you literally can't go back and change. Focus instead, put all your energy into things you actually can control right now. You can be productive right now. You can take care of your mental health right now. You can think about all the amazing things that are going on in your life right now. And you can just try to stay grounded in the present, in this very moment right now. The fifth way to have a more positive mindset is to realize that this feeling is temporary and that it will eventually go away. Sometimes it seems like a moment can last a lifetime when you're not feeling great or you have a negative thought going on in your head. Negative emotions can block your logical thinking and can lead to a whole mix of problems if you decide to act on them. In reality, negative emotions, or just emotions in general, actually last no more than a couple minutes. So there's two things that you can do about it. Let it become part of your narrative by taking it at face value, or acknowledging it and letting it pass. The sixth way to start having a more positive, healthy mindset is to do things that make you truly happy. In a situation where you're feeling negative, do something to distract you or make you feel more positive inside. Even doing something small, going for a walk, doing some laundry, reading a book, calling a friend, can start to shift your mindset and push you in the right direction to feeling more positive later. The seventh way to start having a more positive, healthy mindset is to practice self-care. A lot of times, if we're not feeling our best, it feels good to be taken care of. And who better to take care of you than yourself? The best person who knows what you truly need in a moment of sadness is you. Whatever you want to do to make you feel loved and appreciated, do that. Maybe it's taking a bubble bath, maybe it's journaling. Whatever you need to do to take care of yourself and show yourself that appreciation you deserve, do that. The eighth way to have a more positive mindset is to do something productive. Getting out there and accomplishing something gives you a sense of pride and can definitely make your mind more positive. And when you focus on something other than that negative feeling, that negative emotion that you are experiencing, it gives it time to pass and it gives you a way to think more logically in that moment. When you give yourself something else to put your energy into, it gives you time to cool down and start to think rationally as that negative emotion passes. The ninth way to start having a more positive mindset is to exercise. Short-term and long-term, exercise is totally going to boost your positivity and happiness levels. When you work out, you release chemicals in your brain known as happiness hormones or endorphins. Your body also releases reward hormones such as dopamine and serotonin. So working out is a great way to just get an instant boost of happiness. And you'll also feel positive for completing this task. The 10th way to boost your positivity is to make yourself laugh. You also release serotonin when you laugh, and it's a great way to distract yourself while you wait for a negative emotion to pass. Watching a funny movie or talking to a funny friend, watching funny videos, whatever you want to do to make yourself laugh, is also a great way to just realize that things really aren't that important in this world, and it's a lot simpler than sometimes it seems to be. Sometimes we overcomplicate things in life, overthink things, and there's no reason for it. The 11th way to start feeling more positive right now is to celebrate your accomplishments. It can be really easy sometimes in this world, in our society, to think we're not good enough, we're not pretty enough, we're not productive enough. But a lot of the times it's not even true, and this negative narrative that's going on in your head can be extremely detrimental to your overall happiness and your overall health. It's important that you be fair to yourself and recognize all the amazing things that you have accomplished in your life. A good way to practice this is to simply think of 3 things that you've done today, that you've accomplished today, and 3 amazing accomplishments that you've experienced throughout your life, and to reflect on those and to thank yourself for completing those things. The 12th way to start having a more positive mindset is to give back to others. It's nearly impossible to give back to others or make someone's day, make someone smile, and still feel bad inside. When you give back to others, you feel proud that you've contributed to some more positivity in their life, which in turn makes you feel more positive about your existence and your purpose on this planet. The 13th way to start feeling more positive is to find the silver lining in the negative situation. While it might feel super difficult to try and be positive while you are feeling negative, writing these things down, really racking your brain, trying to figure out the positives that are happening within this negative situation is going to give you closure and clarity so you can begin to move on. Is there something you're learning about yourself through this experience? Is there something you're learning about the other person involved in this experience? Can this negative situation help protect you from further negative situations in the future, depending on the work you do right now? Every single low has a high. So eventually you're gonna get out of that low and you will reach that high. So there you have it, guys. That is 13 ways to think more positively right now. As humans, we are what we continuously choose to believe and to do. If you think negatively all the time, it will lead to an overall negative and unhealthy existence mentally and physically. If you want a positive, happy life, it starts within. It starts with yourself. So you guys can try one or all 13 of these tips and start seeing how your life will change into a more positive direction. So to leave you guys with one last positive thing, I have a quote from Jonathan C. Short. Your mind is a garden, your thoughts are the seeds, and you can either grow flowers or you can grow weeds. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and a more positive mindset from here on out. And if you guys are new here, make sure you like and subscribe so that you can stay in the loop about any other new videos that we upload.